Hey, so this is Angela, and I heard her story over the holidays, and she has this awesome little boy, Gabriel, and her story is very encouraging in the context of disappointment and difficulty in life. Tell him a little bit about Gabriel. He's how old?
Gabriel's 3, and he was diagnosed with leukemia, cancer of the blood, at 14 months old. He's been undergoing chemotherapy for 2.5 years, and he still has a year left to go.
Wow. So he's been in chemotherapy for over half of his life.
Yes.
With leukemia. And what was it like for you personally, like in the disappointment of discovering that Gabriel had cancer? What was that like?
I think initially I didn't believe it. I didn't deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, but when I finally started dealing with it, I became shocked. Like I couldn't believe. Okay, my son has cancer. He's 3. He's going through more than I've gone through in my whole life. You know, he's one thing after another. It's a hospital visit. It's cancer. It's lumbar punctures, and I'm just thinking, Lord, how much more can He take? A lot of people say, God, how can you do this to children?
Yeah.
Why would you do it to a child? And that's kind of, once doubt, when doubt starts to come,
It's impressive, isn't it, when doubt starts to work?
When it starts to work, I think everything around you starts to come down. It started becoming problems in the marriage. It started becoming problems with the other 2 children. I'd be in the hospital and I would be pregnant, and one lady said, I saw you at 8 months pregnant running down the hall with your child and, trying to take care of Gabriel at the same time. It kind of seemed like once doubt sets in, it seems like everything else around you just starts to crumble. You don't get, the answers you need from the doctors, or you keep impressing on them, hey, this may be going on with Gabriel. Can you please check that out? Oh, well, I don't think so. Mm-hmm. But once I allowed God, I started reading God's Word and getting back in His Word. I started getting my strength back. I started realizing His promises. I started realizing that, Christ already paid the price for my son's healing. Mm-hmm. So why do I leave room for doubt? Mm-hmm. Why am I worrying about all of these little things when God already took care of it for him? Yeah. He'd already suffered and walked and took on more, than I'd taken on, so I can do this. Mm-hmm. He did give me strength. And He did? Yes.
Yeah, and He is.
And He is.
Yeah, because it must be like a daily struggle, almost a daily battle to kind of stay present with God and with Gabriel and being the mom, and oh my goodness.
Yes, I think the most encouraging thing that I've taught my son is to say, God's healed me.
God's what?
God's healed me.
Oh.
And I believe that helps me to get through those times, just hearing him say, God's healed me. I'm healed, Mommy. And I'll just say, oh, thank you. Because it's a daily struggle. It's a daily battle where I have to keep reminding myself that God's given me the strength. I can keep on going, like the little engine that I read my children. I keep chugging along, keep chugging, because I can do it. And Gabriel's doing most of the work anyway.
Yeah. That's, I think, the critical part. And again, that's what this sermon is about this weekend, is kind of who God is in the midst of the kind of mess of our lives. And even when life is very disappointing, and even sometimes when we think God is disappointing us, He's there. Thanks.
You're welcome.